So let's talk about the Ncase M2. More or less stuff that the other guys aren't exactly saying. Now the Ncase has a couple of different options in terms of finishes and models. There's 4 in total if I'm not mistaken, but I went with the Grater. Now with the Grater, expect to spend the most money and most likely wait the longest period of time. But I decided that I wanted to go with this one just based off of pure cooling. Now, in my opinion, it's also the best looking one, but that's just my opinion. I went with the silver just because everybody kept talking about how amazing the finish is, and I must say I do agree. Now, the biggest thing that I found the most interesting is the way that they CNC'd the front. I don't know if you guys can catch this on camera, but it's actually a very, very cool design. And that's really what stood out to me. For my new build, I wanted it to be small form factor and also have the best flexibility. So the Ncase M2 turned out to be the best option for me. There's your little badge at the bottom. Now the cool thing with the back is you can actually move the badge, the power cable, as well as the on and off switch to any location that you see that has the cutout. What really did it for me though, coming from a graphic design background, is the subtle N. So I don't know if you guys see that, but there's actually an N for Ncase on the front. And whoever went with this decision, whoever decided to do this, I thought was an amazing idea. And that for me really made me, or kind of enforced me to get the more expensive one, just purely based off of this, at least for me, because it's something that I notice and I can appreciate looking back at my PC after the build is finally done. Now this is the part that people don't mention. It doesn't come with any I/O, unfortunately, for the front. It only comes with an on and off switch. And any additional accessories you do have to purchase. So something, for example, case feet, which is, I decided to go with the 15mm ones here. These guys are going to be an additional $10, as well as the side radiator bracket, fan bracket, that's an additional $15. What really irked my nerves, especially something that's $45, was the vertical GPU mount. They keep changing the names on the website and make it unclear what the real difference is between the two. But I wound up getting the one that is the $45 one. Now, being that a lot of the accessories or even items are usually out of stock anyway, it was nice that they included 3D printed files. So these were the case feet I was considering actually having beforehand, but it kind of didn't make any sense. I'd rather have the actual case feet. Now let's talk about how unclear their manuals are. So this is the M2, but this is specifically the flat face one. It's not the Grater or the angled, and they don't tell you that it doesn't come with the front I/O. If you spend $245 on an item, at least give me the option to have those there. Which this piece, which is a 3D printed file that they had, where it's kind of like a foot hybrid and front I/O, kind of defeats the purpose. One of the 3D printing files that was actually useful was the front or side 120mm and 140mm fan bracket. Now this I can actually use, so I'll be keeping this, figuring out what I can do. But if you don't have a 3D printer, then obviously this isn't going to work for you. Now going with the Premium SFF PC case will have its ups and downs, and it's definitely not for the impatient. I ordered this August 15, 2024 at 4 o'clock in the morning because of how hard it is to get it while it's in stock. Mind you, the ship out date was September 6th, and I just got it yesterday, October 11th, 2024. But luckily, Ncase was on top of it, and they did let me know that it was going to be delayed. And they even offered $20 off of an order $15 or more, so I definitely took that and got the case feet as well as the side radiator mount, which wound up coming up to about $15, which was great. Now, believe it or not, this is a sub 16-liter SFF PC case. It does come flat packed, and you can fit a M-ATX motherboard as well as the ITX motherboard, and you can even put a full ATX power supply in there as well as a SFX power supply. It comes with a SFX power supply bracket, but you will need to purchase the ATX power supply bracket separately. This can also fit GPUs up to a Asus ROG Strix 4090 air-cooled, and that's pretty cool, but that I believe is only possible when using the vertical GPU orientation. I will be making a separate video of how to put it together. And luckily, I'm still waiting for a lot of new hardware, being that there are new CPUs, as well as motherboards and GPUs coming out. So thanks for watching, and for more content like this, like, comment, and subscribe.